What's going on, y'all? I'm just sharing this in my platforms before I start and talk about what I'm gonna talk about. Bear with me 1 second. All right. Just need to address something real quick. I appreciate y'all coming in. If y'all could just share this as y'all come into the live, so this way, because I'm gonna go live on TikTok, as well to discuss this. So if y'all can, share this here, because once I go live on here, I can't use both phones at the same time. So if y'all can do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. This is just something I need to address. Get this out the way real fast. So again, make sure you thumb up the video, like the video as you come in. So y'all see the title that I have in the video, right? And so the title that I have, I think it's like No Respect of Persons. It has Black Jesus Minister, JJ, Golden is for Golden Swords, and then you have Wack 100 in there as well. So it was brought to my attention. I'm in this, they got this app called Discord. And so I'm in this Discord group called Trolls Kitchen. It's like one of the most off-the-chain Discords ever. I don't think they like it. The Discord is funny, like they don't really like nobody, or they do like you, but whatever it is, they gonna say however they feel about it. It's like a no feelings type of thing. So I'll stay in there. And so now this Discord specifically talks about primarily hunted size stuff. So a brief recap, like a couple weeks ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago or so, it was the Monday before Valentine's, I think. No, was it? Could have been. 2 weeks ago. Let's say 2 weeks ago. Y'all know me and Wack got into it over the boot kiss. And so from that boot kiss moment, the next day, they got mad over me calling Erykah Badu ratchet, which Erykah Badu is ratchet. She's a ratchet-ass woman, period. And so after that, we got into it again, where not only did they get into it with me, they got into it with Chapat. So it's damn near like, well, we mad at Cap, so we gonna get at Chapat too. And after that, me and Chapat was talking about it, and so I went in the room the next day, and next thing I know, they talking about somebody. I don't know what it is with talking about me personally, meaning like, I can't say what it is because they do that on the hunter side. I'm saying more so what it is because Black Jesus has talked about my father and tried to get me in the clubhouse room for 3 days. This was like 2 years ago. Black Jesus is talking about my father. He said I was white. I don't know what's the obsession with trying to make me be white either. I don't know what's the obsession with it. So Black Jesus has done it. Golden Swords has done it. JJ has done it, not to the extent of Black Jesus and Golden, but a lot of people have done that. So the hunter side decided to do the same exact thing, where somebody in there, yeah, I heard his mother is white. Now my mother is white, which is weird to me. I don't know where that stupidity is coming from. Yeah, Cross the Line channel did get a strike. Well, I can't say we got a strike, but for some reason we can't go live. So that's why I'm live on this channel. So in doing so, a peace to Garfield. So once you get to if we battling in the subject as we was battling in the boot kiss, in a battle, you're going to talk trash to each other. So if he say bows off, I say you crazy or something like that, I don't really, that don't really bother me because we're in the debate. The whole subject, the only reason we're going at it is because you passionate about, so he was passionate about so-called innocent people getting hurt because of the boot kiss. I'm saying ain't nobody going to get hurt because of the boot kiss. But once that battle is over, I'm done with it. Like, I don't go back and forth no more. So I ain't got nothing. To be honest, I ain't said nothing about Wack since then. Since that battle, I ain't said like when they did, and I'm gonna give y'all the timeline, but I don't say nothing about them. I gave an order not to say nothing about them because what's the point? I ain't got no personal angst against Wack. If I wanted to, then y'all would hear me making rooms and stuff like that. I don't listen, I'm a real grown man. When I say real grown man, I could not get in the camera and talk about somebody's mother, sons, daughters, wife. Like I'm too beat. I'm screaming. I ain't beat for that type of shit. You know what I mean? If somebody else do that, that's on them. That's not what I do. And then when it gets to that level, that's when I say, okay, I'm gonna step away from this cat. Now remember, I did this one time before. I did this. Here's the odd thing about it. I did this same thing in the month of February last year with the same brother Wack. With the same brother Wack, I did the same thing last year. Now, last year, I think like in the beginning of March or so last year, I go in 100 room, right? And so when I go in the room, you know, I chop it up with him, whatever like that. I go a couple of times, and then Wack sends me a message. Now, for those that know the history, I had asked Wack to go on that No Jumper show before they had the Adam and Wack show. So this was like 2022. Me and Wack had a conversation. He had put Adam on the phone. So it was me, Wack, and Adam on the phone. They said, okay, we'll see about doing it. So now, when we had the issue last year, I just figured No Jumpers off the table. I just kept it pushing. So Wack texted me, and he was like, yo, they want me to debate Richard Spencer. That's not my lane. That's your lane. Let's do this for the people. I'll tell them on the floor that we're doing this for the people. That's how the No Jumper actually came back up. I didn't ask Wack again to do No Jumper. When I went back in their room, which I went back in their room on my own, Wack texted me and said the initial show was supposed to be me going on No Jumper to battle Richard Spencer, who was like a racist white boy. So it was like the hype behind it was get this racist Israelite versus this racist white boy, get them on the same stage. Richard Spencer backs out. Wack was a man of his word. When I went out to California, he got me on No Jumper. That's how that got. That's why I have to say that, because I didn't ask Wack to come back on No Jumper after we had that falling out. He asked me for that. So when it came time for this so to backtrack. So last year we had that incident. If y'all saw me on No Jumper, I said, just because you have an issue with a brother don't mean you have to constantly go at odds. You just go your way, go my way. So when he got mad over a goddamn he got mad over a boot kiss. Now, first of all, he mad at me when I don't think there's a video where I think it might be one in Boston, where I myself facilitated or got some boot kiss, and he mad at potentially white people seeing this boot kiss and getting mad. So then in that battle, I said, okay, if you that mad, the same way you get mad at me, let's go actively stop gang violence. I put it on my Instagram page. It's on my Instagram page. It's on my Facebook page. If you click that link, you'll see in that same battle, I said to Wack, I said, okay, if y'all want me to stop the boot kiss, I'll stop the boot kiss if y'all go out there and actively help me stop gang violence, because we know that innocent men, women, and children are getting harmed due to gang violence. Nobody wants to talk about that, because that's really the real culprit. Even the argument about white people getting mad at the boot kiss, that's all imaginary because it's never happened. What's not imaginary is Bloods and Crips, Crews, Vice Lords, GDs, MS-13s, and any other gang you can think of that exists in the black community, and that's destroying the black community right now. We know that. So I said fair game. If you want us to stop the boot kiss, I'll stop the boot. Listen, I would go to my general and I say, Commander General Hanna, these brothers say they gonna help us stop the gang violence. They just don't want us to do the boot kiss, and then we'll see. I got brushback on that. So I was done with it. So when they start talking about saying my mother's white, and I don't know what's the obsession with my teeth. Now, I don't think I got the best teeth on the planet, but they for sure don't go every which way. I don't understand that. So they don't want that talk because it leads to accountability, which leads to action. Shout out to Sleep Depth TV. Sleep Depth TV, you right. It's easy to talk about what the white man so-called could do, but it's hard to go and talk about we should stop this gang-on-gang violence. And I don't see why it's so hard, because that's what we have. And like Olo said, their priorities is not straight. So I don't know what the obsession is to talk with me, but the reason why I titled this room Respect of Persons, No Respect of Persons, because this is Wack 100 that's saying it, a lot of people look at it, think that my response should be different. That's what they believe, because, like I said, 2 years ago when Black Jesus made them rooms about my father trying to get me in the room, I didn't go into, he ran the room for 3 days. 3 days he ran the room. And I never went in any of those rooms either. I never entertained it. I ignored it. Golden Swords made rooms about me for days still. Listen, yesterday I was on the Clubhouse stage. All of us is on the stage. We having a conversation. Golden Swords comes in that room, and guess who he wants to talk to? Me. And I ignored him. This guy Judah did it. Golden Swords has come on my show in disguise to talk to me. So I treat them all the same way. So when I don't respond to Wack, like, I don't want nobody to have it confused with anything other than this is how I've always dealt with people that choose to either talk about my children, in this case, my mother, thinking that my mother is white. And I would think Wack is smarter than that. Me personally, well, in hindsight, no. But in initial, I would think that Wack would say, I shouldn't do Cap like that because Cap ain't never did me like that. But apparently I don't mean shit to Wack like that. So that's fine. I ain't saying I have to mean anything to him. He was a brother to me. He still is a brother to me. But just because he's a brother to me does not mean I have to entertain that type of foolishness, and I refuse to. I don't teach this truth to go out and have back and forth about people's mothers and about people's kids. I do go back and forth about the conditions and issues that's in the Black community. Because if I wanted to play that game, there's a game that I could play and win. But that's just not the game that I play. I don't play that game. So I don't, all that talking, only thing you're doing when you talk about my family or talk about my mother or talk about me, period, because I don't know why he's still talking about me, to be honest. I don't see the need. I ain't talked about him. The only time I talked about him is when I did my show, Cross the Line Radio, that Thursday, and somebody asked me a question about it. I just answered the question. But I'm never going back into a 100-side room. Like, I went, when the incident happened last year, I told the brothers, I went back in there last year, but I'm never going back into a 100 room. I'm just not doing it. Like, and that ain't no knock on the 100 side. That ain't no knock on Wack. I just don't entertain that. And that's twice that it's been done. And so that's 2 times that it's been resorted to talking about, and here's the bugged out part. They bringing up the interview that Polite did with that bitch that talked about me. That's 8 years ago. What that was 2014. No, that's 24. That's almost 10 years ago. 5. That's almost 10 years ago. And all of this, like Lorenzo said, all of this for the white man. I said that. Maybe I released it. So the last conversation I had on that 100-side floor, I said to Wack directly, I said, I did not know that you loved the white man this much. He loved the white man that much because Wack says, I'm not a racist. I'm not a racist. And that's fine, Wack. You ain't got to be a racist, but you ain't got to get mad at me. Like, to that point, this shit is just crazy to me. So I just wanted to do this live because they put out a interview on No Jumper. Now, I didn't know that they put the interview out. somebody told me, I read it in the Discord, and a brother in the school told me they put an interview out talking about why I fell out with Captain Tazaryach. So because I saw that, and I know brothers might have a question for, hey, what do you mean by gift destroy? I got you, Lorenzo. So because I know that my brothers probably saw it and other people saw it, is why I made this one video. I don't have to go back and forth. Now watch. Now watch the play, and I'm telling you to play. Because I said I'm not going back on the Hunter side, and because I said I'm only doing this one interview, the play is going to be to make me do another interview and to make me come back on the Hunter side. That's the play. Now, why am I saying it up front? I'm saying it up front so when they go to say the things that they say and do the things that they do, I want y'all to know that I told y'all they were going to do this. So either they're going to be that simple and just do that to get me back on there, or they'll go about their business and I'll go about mine. Because they can't tell you nothing. None of them can tell you. Oh, that's what I need. None of them can tell you that I did anything against them. Because here's the other thing I'm going to clear up publicly. The phrase I said on Cross the Line Radio, and I even made it a post one time, I said, this is Captain Tazaryach, a.k.a. Mr. ISUBK, a.k.a. Mr. One West, a.k.a. Mr. Kiss the Boot. Wack gave me that slogan. That's facts. That's 100% facts. On a phone call that I had with Wack, Wack said, this has to be your slogan. And then he texted me the slogan. Which what be tripping me out about him saying he got an issue with the boot kiss. Maybe he got an issue with the white woman with the boot kiss. But I don't know why he got an issue with the boot kiss when he texted me that slogan. He texted me that slogan. Then he said, you got to get a t-shirt with the boot kiss on it. And if anybody checked the timeline, after I had that conversation, what did I do? I went on Facebook and said, I need a boot kiss t-shirt. And the shop sent me the boot kiss t-shirt. And I wore the boot kiss t-shirt. So now, Wack is giving me like advice. Yo, I would do this, all with the boot kiss. The nigga on no jumper telling Adam, kiss the boot. He on no jumper saying, Cap say, yeah, like it's like a setup. It's almost like a setup. He on there saying that. Listen, Black Jesus, if y'all go back on, it's either Across the Line Radio or my podcast on this channel, go back when Black Jesus and Wack 100 is having a conversation. I'm on the floor, and Black Jesus says to Wack 100, you know that they got the white man kissing the boot on their knees? Did y'all, and you had him on your show, did y'all not hear Wack 100 say by Adam bringing me on his show, No Jumper, that Adam is essentially kissing the boot? But today or yesterday or 2 weeks ago, he got an issue with the boot? That shit is crazy to me. So I just wanted to clear that up. And the using his name, me and Wack also spoke, and he said, I know if I say something, you gonna, oh, wait, before I say that, I didn't use his likeness in the sense that I made that video. So when you look at that video on Cross the Line Radio and you see like what, you see like my podcast icon on one side, and then you see like different images of Wack showing up on the other side. I didn't do that. What I did was I stripped the video from, I think the cat's name is Clubhouse Unlocked. So he went live on the morning show. I just downloaded the YouTube video. So that YouTube video is the way the guy made the video. That's why you see different images of Wack. I didn't go find images of Wack and flip them out in and out and stuff like that. I just downloaded the video, edited the part of him and I debating, and then threw it back up. So when he said I use his image, I just used that video. And however that video did it, that's how that video did it. I just put my picture on the other side so they could see Cap versus Wack in that regard. So I just wanted to clear those things up. But as far as everything else go, the title, the reason why this video says no respect of persons. Respect of persons is not talking about, because Wack has influence that Black Jesus don't. So I'm not talking about that. Wack has influence that Golden Swords don't. So I'm not talking about that. But what I am talking about is that when you judge in matters, the same way I didn't respond when Black Jesus was talking about my family left and right, when Golden Swords was talking about my family left and right, now that Wack has chose to talk about my family left and right, I'm not going to respond to him either. It's just that simple. Now, if we debating the subject, y'all know me. I like to fight. I like to debate, battle, XYZ. But that whole, my father, this one I love my father, man. My father, to me, I am the epitome of my father with the truth. Meaning, if my father was alive and he had the truth, he would be what I am today. And my father didn't play that dozens crap. He didn't play talking about mothers and all of that stuff like that. And so it's hard to get me into that. Let's talk about your mom. Is your mom this, your daughter this, and this, and I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. And I don't listen to it. Mika said shut it down by not listening to it. I don't listen to it. I'm only making this video because I know that brothers saw the No Jumper interview. And although I made, like, we have a UPK group chat that I could talk to everybody in the school, but I do know that people that are not in the school listen as well. So I just want to give y'all that update. So when y'all say, damn, why Cap ain't responding, this is why I'm not responding. The only other video that I'm contemplating if I'm going to put up or not is the last conversation I had with them when I told them they love white people, when I told Beast to shut the fuck up. I'm contemplating if I'm going to put that up, but I can't even guarantee I'm going to put that up or not. But I did want to just do this live. So when I don't, yo, Cap, did you see the video of them Jewish pilgrims trying to fight the brother? Nah, I ain't see that video. You got to send that video to me. And so that's it. So I just wanted to do this live. And I think that's it. That's all I got. So until next time, well, let me see if I got any questions. Y'all let me know. I'll wait a second to see if any questions pop up. Any questions? Let me see. Okay, I answered that one. Let me see. Right, let him talk. Okay, I don't see no questions. So with that said, I appreciate y'all joining. I'll be doing another Car Chronicles later. Sakan, I believe if you in the Facebook if you're in the Facebook group messenger, that's the video I'm talking about. For those in the school, y'all know that I put that video up so they can hear it. Anything about the girl that started this? Nah, I ain't heard from that girl. I'm assuming you talk about the girl. I don't know what girl you talking about. I don't want to assume. Hope you get your boots kissed soon. Listen, I got my boot kissed in the club one time by an African. Had that hand mic. They brought him over. The hand mic came down. Kissed the boot. Listen, the boot is universal. Everybody, every race could get it. Every race. Yo, hey, for the record, yo, this is the first time that I did a live stream on TikTok, and I didn't get no ranking, no warning, no age restriction. So I'm learning, y'all. Y'all see, I'm learning with the lingo. I'm learning how to get the lingo. When that vid going up on the Quiet Podcast, I don't know what you're talking. Modern day, you gotta help me. You gotta break that down. What you're talking about? Yo, this the first time. Hey, Lorenzo. This the first time I'm learning how to work TikTok where I didn't get banned this time, and I didn't get an age restriction. The Quiet Room part. You talk about with Queen's Flip. You talk about the video with Queen's Flip? That video with Queen's Flip, we did that back. That's like 2019. We did 2019 or 2020. You talk about the clip I did. So 85 South. Yeah, 85 South. Oh, here's a funny thing about 85 South, right? So the 85 South, y'all see that they're on tour. So because they're on a comedy tour, the interview just got postponed until after the tour is over. But what's funny about that, so I went to the 85 South Comedy Show this past Saturday. And so here's a funny. So it's at some college basketball place or whatever. And so we there, so they got it in sections. So we in this section like right here. There's a section over here. A fight breaks out during DC set. So during DC set, a fight break out. It's like right by us. So me and Ariel, we sitting there, we looking at the fight take place. So I stand up like everybody else standing up. And when I stand up, I see it's like white people fighting. I told everybody in the crowd, I said, everybody, I said, black people, y'all go all relax. That's white people. Let them fight. Don't nobody get involved. Don't nobody do nothing. Let them white folk fight white folk. And so one lady was like, how you know it? I said, I'm looking right at them. It's just two white guys fighting. Let them white people fight. That's white folk business. We don't need to get in white folk business. Just let them fight. Yeah, that interview that you saw, the snippet that I put with Queen's Flip, that's on Queen's Flip channel. It's already on. It's me and Professor James Smalls. We talk about Malcolm and we talk about other issues. But that's what I told him. I said, let them white people fight, man. They watch us fight all the time. Let's watch them fight. All right? So until next time, shalom, Israel. Shalom.